Mokgadi Caster Semenya is a South African middle-distance runner and world champion. Semenya won gold in the women's 800 meters at the 2009 World Championships with a time of 1:55.45 in the final. Semenya also won silver medals at the 2011 World Championships and the 2012 Summer Olympics, both in the 800 meters. Following her victory at the 2009 World Championships, it was announced that she had been subjected to gender testing. She was withdrawn from international competition until July 6, 2010 when the IAAF cleared her to return to competition. In 2010, the British magazine New Statesman included Semenya in a list of 50 people that matter 2010. Early life and education. Semenya was born in Garmasilong, a village in South Africa near Polokwane, and grew up in the village of Valley, deep in South Africa's northern Limpopo province. She has 3 sisters and a brother, and is said to have been a tomboy as a child. Semenya attended Nthema Secondary School and now attends the University of Pretoria as a sports science student. She began running as training for soccer. Career, 2008. In July, Semenya participated in the 2008 World Junior Championships, and won the gold in the 800m at the 2008 Commonwealth Youth Games with a time of 2:04.23. 2009, in the African Junior Championships, Semenya won both the 800m and 1500m races with the times of 1:56.72 and 4:08.01 respectively. With that race she improved her 800m personal best by 7 seconds in less than 9 months, including 4 seconds in that race alone. The 800m time was the world-leading time in 2009 at that date. It was also a national record and a championship record. Semenya simultaneously beat the senior and junior South African records held by Zelda Pretorius at 1:58.85, and Zola Bud at 2:00.90, respectively. The International Association of Athletics Federations says it was obliged to investigate after she made improvements of 25 seconds at 1500m and 8 seconds at 8:00 m, the sort of dramatic breakthroughs that usually arouse suspicion of drug use. The IAAF also asked Semenya to undergo a gender test after the win. News that the IAAF requested the test broke 3 hours before the 2009 World Championships 800m final. IAAF President Lamine Diack stated, "There was a leak of confidentiality at some point and this led to some insensitive reactions." In August, Semenya won gold in the 800 meters at the World Championships with a time of 1:55.45 in the final, again setting the fastest time of the year. Gender test. Following her victory at the World Championships, questions were raised about her gender. The IAAF's handling of the case spurred many negative reactions. A number of athletes, including retired sprinter Michael Johnson, criticized the organization for its response to the incident. Prominent South African civic leaders, commentators, politicians, and activists characterized the controversy as racist, as well as an affront to Semenya's privacy and human rights. The IAAF said it only made the test public after it had already been reported in the media, denying charges of racism and expressing regret about the allegations being made about the reasons for which these tests are being conducted. The federation also explained that the motivation for the test was not suspected cheating but a desire to determine whether she had a rare medical condition giving her an unfair competitive advantage. The president of the IAAF stated that the case could have been handled with more sensitivity. In an interview with South African magazine Semenya stated, "God made me the way I am and I accept myself." She also took part in a makeover with the magazine. On September 7, 2009, Wilfred Daniels, Semenya's coach with Athletics South Africa, resigned because he felt that ASA did not advise Ms. Semenya properly. He apologized for personally having failed to protect her. ASA President Leonard Sheehan admitted on September 19, 2009 to having subjected Semenya to gender tests. He had previously lied to Semenya about the purpose of the tests and to others about having performed the tests. He ignored a request from ASA team Dr. Harold Adams to withdraw Semenya from the World Championships over concerns about the need to keep her medical records confidential. On the recommendation of South Africa's Minister for Sport and Recreation, Mackenzie Stafile, Semenya retained the legal firm Dewey and LeBeouf, who were acting pro bono to make certain that her civil and legal rights and dignity as a person are fully protected. Following the furore over her gender, Semenya received great support within South Africa, to the extent of being called a cause car copyright libre. In November 2009, South Africa's sports ministry issued a statement that Semenya had reached an agreement with the IAAF to keep her medal and the prize money. The ministry did not say if she would be allowed to compete as a woman, but they did note that the IAAF's threshold for when a female is considered ineligible to compete as a woman is unclear. In December 2009, Track and Field News voted Semenya the #1 women's 800-meter runner of the year. 2010. In March 2010, she was denied the opportunity to compete in the local Yellow Pages Series V track and field event in Stellenbosch, South Africa, because the IAAF had yet to release its findings from her gender test. On July 6, the IAAF cleared Semenya to return to international competition. The results of the gender tests, however, were not released for privacy reasons. She returned to competition 9 days later, winning 2 minor races in Finland. On August 22, 2010, running on the same track as her World Championship victory, Semenya started slowly but finished strongly, dipping under 2:00 for the first time since the controversy, while winning the ISTAF meet in Berlin. Not being on full form, she did not enter the World Junior Championships or the African Championships, both held in July 2010, and opted to target the Commonwealth Games to be held in October 2010. She improved her season's best to 1:58.16 at the Naterna di Milano meeting in early September and returned to South Africa to prepare for the Commonwealth Games. Eventually, she was forced to skip the Games due to injury. In September, the British magazine New Statesman included Semenya in its annual list of 50 people that matter for unintentionally instigating an international and often ill-tempered debate on gender politics, feminism, and race, becoming an inspiration to gender campaigners around the world. 2012, Caster Semenya was chosen to carry the country's flag during the opening ceremony of the 2012 Summer Olympics. She later won a silver medal in the women's 800 meters of these games, with a time of 1:57.23 seconds, her season's best. She passed 6 competitors in the last 150 meters, but did not pass world champion Maria Savinova of Russia, who took gold in a time of 1:56.19, finishing 1.04 seconds before Semenya. During the BBC coverage after the race, former British hurdler, Colin Jackson raised the question whether Semenya had thrown the race, as the time that had been run was well within her capability, though it is worth noting that Semenya has only once in her life run faster than Savinova's winning time, which was when winning the 2009 world title. Personal life and honors: Semenya received the Bronze Order of Ikhamanga on April 27, 2014, as part of Freedom Day festivities. Semenya denied reports from the Daily Sun that she had paid lobola to the family of Violet Rasboya, telling the Sowetan that she was focused exclusively on her studies and athletics, with no wedding planned. See also, gender verification in sports, references. Explanatory notes: the IAAF ceased compulsory tests in 1992 but retains the right to test athletes. Gender verification was dropped from Olympic sports in 1999 as the issue was delicate and scientifically complicated. The verification involves an endocrinologist, a gynecologist, an internal medicine expert, an expert on gender and a psychologist, and takes several weeks. This is not the first time the IAAF has asked for gender verification, although generally the athletes maintain their privacy. Citations. External links: Caster Semenya profile at IAAF, interview with Semenya after the 2009 World Championship 800m semi-final Part 1, Part 2 YouTube, Where's the Rule Book for Sex Verification? New York Times, August 21, 2009.